Hey guys, my name is Anil and I teach English at the Department of Basic English. In my free time, I like to listen to music and play video games. My favorite games are Call of Duty, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and PUBG. Actually, I only started playing PUBG a few months ago. I bought the game online and now I play it every day. I didn't know it was so much fun. If I had known that PUBG was such a great game, I would have bought it a long time ago. That structure might be new to you guys. Let's take a look at that together. If I had known that PUBG was such a good game, I would have bought it a long time ago. So, when I say if I had known, I mean I didn't know. And when I say I would have bought it, I mean I didn't buy it. So it's unreal, and I'm talking about the past. This structure is called the third conditional, and it talks about unreal past. Okay. Let's look at some more examples to understand the meaning and the function of the third conditional. My girlfriend wouldn't have left me if I had been more responsible and understanding. In reality, my girlfriend left me. And in reality, I was not responsible or understanding. And now I regret what I did in the past. If we had taken a taxi, we wouldn't have missed the plane. In reality, we didn't take a taxi, and we missed the plane. The coronavirus would not have spread everywhere if people had been more careful. Now I'm criticizing other people. The coronavirus spread everywhere because people were not careful. If she had studied more regularly, she would have passed the exam. I'm criticizing my friend. She didn't study regularly, so she didn't pass the exam. We also make excuses with the third conditional. If I had remembered your birthday, I would have bought you a nice gift. So I'm saying I didn't buy you a gift because I didn't remember your birthday. I forgot. Another one. If you had called me earlier, I would have arrived on time. You can say I would have arrived on time. You can say I could have arrived on time, or I might have arrived on time. So in the third conditional, you can use would, could, might, or may. Let's talk about the differences between these different modal verbs. If you had called me earlier, I may have arrived on time, or I might have arrived on time. When I use may and might, I'm talking about a possibility. If you had called me earlier, I could have arrived on time. When I use could, I'm talking about a higher possibility. And when I use would, I'm certain that it would have happened. I would have arrived on time. It's almost like I would have definitely arrived on time. Okay? Another difference between these modal verbs in the third conditional is this. In the negative forms, you say wouldn't have, couldn't have, and may not have, or might not have. Okay, let's look at this example here and talk about the form of the third conditional. If we had tried a little bit harder, we could have won the game. So in the if part, which is the dependent clause, I see the past perfect tense with had plus verb 3. And in the independent clause, I see a modal verb plus have verb 3. And these modals are may, might, could, and would. So this is the grammar of the third conditional. And remember, you can always change the places of these two clauses. So you can say, we could have won the game if we had tried a little bit harder. Just be careful with the comma. If you start the sentence with if, you have to use the comma in the middle of two clauses. But if you don't start with if, then you do not use a comma. Okay, let's talk about the use of passives in the third conditional. If the manager had been informed earlier, he could have done something to save the company. Or if enough tickets had been sold, the flight wouldn't have been cancelled. So you can use the passive in one part of the sentence or in both, or the whole sentence can be active. Okay, practice time. Pause the video right now, fill in the blanks, and then continue the video to see the answers. Here are the answers. Okay, so let's look at those sentences again and talk about pronunciation. If Joe had received the letter from his aunt, he would have known about her upcoming birthday. He would have known. Would have. Would have. Just put it together. He would have known. If the police had arrived earlier, the burglars in the house might have been captured. Might have been. Might have. Might have. I could have helped you if you had told me about the situation. I could have helped you if you'd told me. If you'd told me about the situation. I could have helped you if you told me about the situation. Some fast speakers even say coulda, coulda, woulda. Okay, I would have helped you, or I could have helped you. And you can also say if you'd told me instead of if you had told me. If you told me. Okay, let's try to combine these sentences using the third conditional. The first one has been done for you. I didn't see the signal, so I didn't stop. If I had seen the signal, I would have stopped. Remember, the third conditional is the opposite of reality. Now it's your turn. You can pause the video and check the answers when you're done. And these are the answers. So, we use the third conditional to talk about unreal past. We use it to express regret, criticism, and to make excuses. Does anybody have any questions? Nope? Okay, bye.